Menuju misi selanjutnya.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Balkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
Ini semua gara-gara Bel.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
Hancurkan towernya. Karena towernya nggak zip.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Aruja, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Arusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Aruja's lead faction. But we can't use all our aircraft to attack. The transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it. Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Jadi kita suruh merebut Kastil Silage dan berbagai areanya. Oke. Let's go to the aircraft tree, boys. Jadi saya bisa sih beli ginian. Mana ya? Karena saya belum beli yang ini, ya apa? Kita beli Raptor. Woohoo! Noise. Kabin yang paling JF, Raptor. Kita beli ini juga, guys. Oh, ini uangnya tidak cukup, tidak apa-apa. Mari kita start to mission. Kita pakai mana dia? F22A Raptor. Kita pakai bom. Yes. Sorti? No. Jangan sorti dulu. Kita pasang ini dulu. Mana lagi ya? Yang ini. Terus yang ini. Yang ini juga. Nope. Bom. Yep. Ada yang lain? Oke. Change aircraft deceleration. Oke, pesawatnya sudah mulai untuk disorti dan
Strider Squadron aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
taksi. Aku butuh taksi. Lost Kingdom, Operation Beehive. Beehive ya, Beehive.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target.
Hoho.
We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Boom. Ooh.
Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not. So, we capture the space and take the
Langsung
supplies. That's the plan, right,
nge-
Trigger? Target acquired.
Take if you want to live.
Oh no, JF sekali
I
nih.
was just double-checking mission
Oh ya ampun,
orders.
pesawatnya lebih JF juga ini.
Target destroyed. Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat! There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Rusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse. Help is here.
Temannya cepat sekali ngikutin saya.
With the Ocean Army.
Ah, nanti aja.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire. What is he talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused. I know. We're all out of ammo.
Boom.
Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
Locked on.
Hit them with AA shells and they'll come down.
Ooh.
Target eliminated. So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vasilij and its neighbor, Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Oh, udah kok. Nice. Ya, tinggal ini kita perang deh.
Unable to use the SAMs. Help me!
Upsi daisy. Wih, hebat.
Pretty desperate. Strider 1, Fox 2.
Boom. Wih, nice teman. Mati.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Kayaknya temennya bantu cuman untuk mempostingkan doang, sisanya gue yang ngancurin. Boom. Ledakannya dahsyat banget. Mantap nih raptornya. The ZF.
I have to break. They have more aircraft. More planes incoming. Fire more missiles.
Ups. Sudah mati kalian.
Fire the SAM at once.
We're coming up on the castle.
Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies.
Yep.
Shit.
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Away. Target acquired.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone building and take shelter somewhere
Ow.
secure or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines. You have missiles.
Ow. That hurt. Dadah. Dahsyat.
Sam is out. We're running out of ways to strike back. Look out, we hit our target. Strider 1, Fox 2. Shit. We still have plenty of missiles left, but the launcher is toast. Please, somebody answer us. This is breaking. We're more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on.
Oke, sekarang pesawat. Dasar kok pesawat.
Missile evaded. New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed. This town is of high
Boom.
cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb
Oh, nge-lag.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Boom.
Not something
Oh,
I'll
nggak
tell my
boom.
son about.
Soalnya ZF
Stall
berarti.
warning.
Kena.
Away. No, we got a fire.
Stall warning.
Target acquired.
Stall warning. Missile.
Chaff and flares are running low.
Yep.
Stall warning.
Oh ya ampun. Ya.
Stall warning.
Stalling.
Why aren't Quinn and the others airborne? Strider 3 launching missile.
Boom.
Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by. Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry.
Hah? Saudara sejak kapan masih hidup?
They won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Oh ya ampun. Kenapa kau tidak mati saja, boy? Boom.
Target is down.
Siap untuk menghancurkan, boys.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired. How come we keep missing? Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane. Soul Squadron airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Oh, dia manggil teman-temannya.
You're in violation of Shirashi airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
Missile. Missile.
This is the Ocean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
Missile. Missile.
You must be the snowbirds.
Missile.
It's absurd for you talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Fort Bonte. You bastard! You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit! Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Cepat apa sih dia?
Missile.
In gun range.
Missile.
These guys are pretty accomplished fighter pilots.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
No, he just evading my missile.
Missile.
Don't underestimate them just because Mr. X is here.
Stall warning. Missile. Missile. Missile.
Ah, no. Ya guys, seperti yang saya katakan, akhirnya saya bisa menghancurkannya.
This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna
Lagi
take
pakai
some
ngadu.
time to end this thing. I just don't know what. No Ocean forces are in
Kita
the
skip
region
saja.
ahead. No Allen.
Aduh, lagi ini pakai ngadu sih.
resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the XO2 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. A solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
Dapat B, guys. Itu tidak menjadi masalah untukku. Getting the job done. Nice. Squeak menuju misi selanjutnya.
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkins? Because this guy was a Belkin, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkin, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work. Even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then. For all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusea? My grandfather had only one wish, to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusea after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder.
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Lighthouse.
Let's get the briefing started.
You've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusea have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air to the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you. Take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse. You can see the future.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
Certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island. The 444 squad. It's a message all those looking to end the war. But I also think it's a message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that arsenal bird.
Ho ho ho. Hancurkan Arsenal Bird. Ini dulu guys. Masih belum Z. Ntar dulu. Ya.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP. We need help! Don't let him dam his motor! Show him what the erosion, no, what fighter pilots are made of! Thanks, I owe you. No sweat. Get into formation. We have the numbers. Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned. LRSSG, you will secure air superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the Coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link. Just confirmed it. The Erusian government aircraft, including drones, will show up as hostiles. You two aces, I'm thinking it's time to show us what you've got. We don't have two anymore. Guess nobody told them.
That's quite true, Count. It's not just two. Wiseman trained his squad well. Everyone's still entered as an ace. He'd be proud of you all.
To all of you who have gathered here, regardless of your country, this is headquarters of the Ocean Army Southern Command. Wait, you can forget that designation. We are a coalition formed exclusively for the sole purpose of taking down the Arsenal Bird. Wait until we're ready to strike the Arsenal Bird in unison. Roger.
Ross, you're doing speaking on our own channel. The enemy can hear everything he's saying. There's no other choice. The Erusian aircraft are in the Coalition as well.
This is Gold Squadron and Rival Squadron of the Erusian Air Force. We're here on our own. Broadcaster, we're entering your airspace.
This is C2. Republic of Boslet are also moving to rendezvous. There's only one squadron, though. It's Mr. X's crew.
Count, ease up. Engagement is forbidden.
Don't worry, I know. We need every bird we can call upon. We're flying with the guy that killed Wiseman. Some of their squadrons are in weird formations. All this just to keep the war going.
How many more do we need to take out?
Shoot them down one at a time. They'll run out eventually. Okay, sensor transmission. I'm speaking with
one-ton coalition this has turned out to be, huh? They'll keep talking big once the war's over, too. You can bet on me. We need something or someone to guide us. The UAVs were sluggish when it went down. We know as much. Drones without motors are slow as hell. The biggest problem is
Are the friendly Erusians rebels or what?
they're rebels, but I'm sure it's more complicated than that. Brush up on current events later. Focus on the enemy.
Copy that. Take a look. See that line continuing above the horizon? The cable goes up to the sky as far as the eye can see. Not many people know this, but the space elevator is the world's tallest transmission tower. In theory, its radio waves cover exactly half the globe. We've jacked up signal in order to reach out to you.
Leadership right certified. Picked up a slave craft.
With the communications infrastructure down, this broadcast can only be transmitted to certain regions. If you can access the server, consider yourself lucky. You get to see a real live princess. Hey, Cosette, say hello to everyone. Yes.
Avril, it's safe over here. We take it away all your guns.
Yes. Let's open up the exit. Everyone get the refugees into the underground tunnel. George, Tabloid.
All right, understood. You killed for 3 strikes. Impressive. Target that stray UAV. Take it down now.
Proud to have fought alongside 3 strikes. 3 strikes on a friendly station. Worry about it. Area 1, bandit on your feet. Think about it. We're getting pigs on this battlefield.
Our princess is looking at a mural. There's another one here too. It shows a whole bunch of space elevators. Skies unknown. Huh. Cosette, let's go. Yes!
Warning. Missiles launched from the Arsenal bird. They're Helios projectiles. All aircraft, stay clear of the blast area. Ten seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
Somebody got caught in that explosion.
Broadcaster, do we have more incoming?
Unknown. Proceed with caution.
Wilco. We can't switch off the security system, but we've got this. If what he said is true, this will give us at least 10 seconds. Cosette! Cosette! What the hell's wrong with you? Get back here! As you all saw, we have a problem. The princess went by herself into the maintenance area and has shut us out. No idea what got her going this time, stupid woman.
Missile launched from the Arsenal bird. Shit, airburst tight. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Helios arrived.
I'm bailing out!
I said we were going to take down the space elevator, but it's not like we can just go out there and chop it down. At the top of the windbreak, 6 location markers have been set in place. They monitor distortions in the space elevator. Those are the locations we need to target. If the sensors go bad, the elevator's observation system will think the elevator is falling. Until its safety can be confirmed, all microwaves will be stopped.
Oh, I get it. What a party.
I was going to do it myself. You dumbass.
Helios launched from the Arsenal bird. 5 seconds. 3, 2. Impact now.
You copy that. It's all over.
arriving in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to arrival. 2. Inbound. I'm going down. 30 seconds remaining. Punch 2. Target is in range of guns.
The monster bird is in our trap. We'll use a saturation attack. Wait for the signal. Inform the coalition units. We're nearing 0 hour. 10 seconds until the united attack on the Arsenal bird. Incoming! 5, 4. Everybody, give this attack everything you've got. Open fire!
All missiles were shot out of the sky. Attack failed. Cruise missiles did not reach their target.
Damn monster.
Lancaster warning all aircraft.
Kita start seperti biasa, guys.
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come.
That's something.
Hey, look at the Arsenal bird.
Lasers!
We can't find it! Evacuate! Flagship starting heavily damaged by laser weapons. Aircraft controller mounted. Signal blast! Boy lifeboat!
HQ, we have a problem. The damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
That's some pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming. The active protection system operated as expected. We should launch another saturation attack. Air power. You'll slow the Arsenal bird.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Pay attention! Break! Look at that light from the Arsenal bird.
Miss, target's still active. It's readying its APS. All aircraft, break off from the Arsenal bird.
That was close. Without the AWACS, I would have been a goner.
Cosette, that's not the control room. Go through the airlock and get on the maintenance elevator. Head to the top of the windbreak. Do you think you can put on that pressurized suit by yourself? You'll never get it on a close field. Yes.
I'm getting sick of that arrogant bastard. Seriously. No good. The engine control room is gone. Add water to the opposite side. Get a radar room and CIC.
Nothing phases this thing. Where are we supposed to hit it?
All aircraft. We can no longer commence with a second saturation attack. All aircraft, separately engage in direct attacks.
Say goodbye. HQ, it won't be easy to take down the Arsenal bird with conventional weaponry. All the ace pilots in the world won't save us unless we have a plan.
Give us time. We'll see what we can do.
You're just thinking about it now? Fox 2. Enemy missile. Cover any friendlies. It's hit.
Strider 1 is destroyed a sub-propeller.
You can do it. There's no way it isn't damaged.
It's readying its APS.
Strider 1, hostile behind you.
Damn it. I've taken the damage. One aircraft hit. No, two.
Target locked.
Evade! Missile incoming!
I can see a light bulb shaped thing, but it isn't lit up.
Dodged it.
That's it. That's the location marker. Power from there, right?
Got it.
There's something we can do. Just evading like this will get us all killed.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Trigger got a sub-propeller.
Locked on.
Main propeller 1, confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Just what kind of magic did you work there, you asshole?
It wasn't magic. It's a scam. Now's our chance. Do it, Trigger!
The lights. It's switched to the backup power supply. That means the main supply's been cut off. The drones are acting crazy. Are you seeing this? The drones are falling one after another. They've completely lost control.
Both main propellers have been installed.
You're getting the hang of this, Trigger. The main propeller is moving again. Just how hard is that thing? It's down to destroying the antenna's base. Say what? If we destroy the docking modules, the supply unit will take off westward. That'll leave their antenna base behind. Light on fire and we can recommend Bermain. Theoretically, that may prove a possibility for an experienced pilot. That would be a trouble, but... Yeah, but our guy's more than just an experienced pilot. Trigger, let's do this. Is he really that good of a pilot? I'd bet on it. Besides, if he thought it was impossible, he wouldn't have said anything.
Watch out! The drones are falling! Refugees. Everyone calm down. You want to get yourself killed? George? Tabloid! Get back here!
I can't leave that girl to die.
Fine, fine. Get her, but be quick about it.
Is everything okay? The drones are acting odd.
Run! Run! Careful!
One docking module destroyed.
Great work!
Strider 1, I knew you could do it. Move on and destroy the rest.
Is everything okay?
Some people were crushed. But the kid Tabloid went after a safe. He ran that distance with a girl in his hands.
Good. What about Tabloid? Is he safe?
George and the girl were saved. They were saved.
Docking module destroyed. That's 2 of them.
Don't let yourself be distracted. Just focus on what you need to do. Enemy on your back.
Missile away. Docking module destroyed. 1 left.
Nicely done. This will be a good story to tell my son. Don't let the UAVs distract you. Our bird is our priority.
Got this one down to my sights.
Strider 3 launching missile. Locked on bandit.
Laser cannon destroyed. That drops the Arsenal Bird's threat level a little.
You're mine now.
That thing is too huge.
Don't let its sheer size freak you out. Bandit has a lock.
Strato 1, target acquired. Target is in machine gun range.
Don't let them anywhere near him. Understood?
I have a solid lock. Go, Trigger. Leave these chumps to us.
Bandits after you. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Good on you, drones. You're facing me now.
Enemy on your back. Locked on, Bandit.
Enemy's got a lock.
Get behind three strikes.
Wah,
I'm on its back.
lasernya gitu tuh. Dang.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
I'll left the Strider 1.
Fox 2. In gun range.
Sering ngikutin.
Zone 3, missile coming at you.
Enemy on your back. There's a hit on the laser cannon. Trigger's hammering it.
This is Zone 2. Locked on enemy. All targets have been destroyed. The supply unit is ready to fall off. Good job. You should be able to see the rectangle where the supply unit was. Destroy that, and even the mighty Arsenal Bird is sure to feel it.
Good luck.
Leave it to Trigger.
Don't let us down, Strider 1.
Laser cannon confirmed destroyed. That eliminates one major threat.
Thanks. That thing almost cooked my tail.
Rectangle base unit confirmed destroyed.
Lancaster. Oh my god. The Arsenal Bird is on fire.
Trigger,
Dengan teknik an.
Arsenal Bird is losing altitude rapidly.
Arsenal Bird is down.
Lancaster, can you estimate the point of impact?
Don't worry, looks like it'll be open water. All aircraft, avoid the target's path.
That's the last of the rooms. Even in death, that thing is intimidating.
Everyone, can you see this? These people here were alive up until a few moments ago. My friend was here. Can you see this? This is just one of the many sides of war and what it does.
All Erusian soldiers around the space elevator. Surrender now. We will not attack. We can hold them off until support arrives. Our unit surrenders. You guys better not throw away your lives either.
Wait there, Princess. We'll get you down.
Don't worry about me. Please just take care of the refugees. I'll parachute down.
What?
Warning, incoming bogey.
Are those the drones we saw at that factory?
I'm coming down. I'll see you on the ground.
No, wait!
Enemy on my 6! Those guys are bad news. Trigger, boss, do something!
Strider 2, missile inbound!
time for that.
Cosette!
Avril, they're headed this way. Get the refugees to safety now.
Predator 2, you're hit. Are you alright?
Still breathing. I won't be flying much longer, though.
There's an Ocean carrier a few kilometers to the west. It ran aground and was abandoned. It won't be easy, but it's the only place you got.
Trigger, escort your wingman. Let's get to that carrier. That's all we can do. Trigger, can you hear me? I somehow managed to land. It's your turn now. The carrier ran aground, but that shouldn't be a problem for you.
Ya, kita skip saja. Ini misinya sangat sulit.
Looks like our luck has turned.
Dan ya, misi kita berhasil. Dapat guys, langsung 700.000. 1 juta, well done. Ya guys, sebelum kita menuju misi yang terakhir, saya sarankan untuk kalian jangan lupa like, komen positif, dan subscribe channel ini. Sampai jumpa.